Hi everyone, so this month I have 3 events to go to. So I had 3 different outfits to make. So finished the other 2 and I'm still on the 3rd. So I've left the 3rd project till last because it is a wedding dress slash a ball gown dress. So it's a really big project. It's definitely above my skill level, but I just thought I'd give it a try. So I'm in the twirl stage, and so the first thing I did, so I was really keen to do this pattern by Vogue. So it's the V2061 pattern. I'll put a picture up here. So I did a twirl of the top. I didn't really like how the bottom was. So I did a twirl at the top. I then found another skirt to attach to the bodice, and I really liked the skirt. So it's the Geneva, you probably can't see it actually, it's the Geneva dress pattern. I'll put a picture up here. So what I did was that I then obviously put the bodice, the Vogue bodice and the Geneva skirt together, and then the bodice didn't really fit properly and I didn't really like the fit, and yeah, so what I did, I then changed the bodice to a Gertie bodice. It's from the L'Amour dress, and actually that fit really well. So I'll just put up a image of what it looks like, and it just fit so much better. So yeah, so I'm gonna start doing the official dress now. It's going to be a really big project for me. I've given myself about a week. I'm off for the next week, so I've given myself a week to do the pattern. So I've had several ideas of how I want it, and it keeps changing, but now I've actually made my mind up about how I want my ball gown slash wedding dress to look. So I'm going to be using this fabric. So this is the lace, so it's a Halloween themed, so it's scalloped edge. So this is how it's going to be at the bottom. So I really like this. And then the top is going to be, I'm going to flatline it, so the top's going to be black. So I'm going to use this black lining for the top. And then gonna use this for the bottom. I've seen some wedding dresses where it's black at the top and cream or beige down below. It's so beautiful. And then I have some other applique type stuff coming tomorrow, and also the zip coming tomorrow. There's so many bits to get for this dress. I just hope that I'm able to do it in the time that I've got. So the ball gown, it's not until the end of the month, but obviously I will go back to work, so I have to do the dress around work, and it's not straightforward. This is the first time I'm doing a corset using spiral boning. Yeah, so it's going to be quite challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. So I've got my lace and my underlining, so I'm going to flatline them all together. I think the instructions say to put wrong sides together, but because it's lace and it's see-through, I want the shiny side to come through, so it's going to be wrong side against right side. Yeah, because that it's better for it to be shiny than to not be. Yeah. So I used a microtech needle, size 70/10, because I'm sewing with lace. I then flatlined all my pieces,
and sewed them all together to present this beautiful bodice.
Hi, so I've been sewing on and off all day. So I have a bodice. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this lace fabric. It's so nice. Fits well. I can't wait to wear this. And now I need to make the lining. So I was just going to use just simple lining fabric, but I think with this and this it's not enough, so I've actually got some cotton. So I'm gonna do the lining, but with this, with cotton and linen together, because that'll make it a bit more sturdier. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's the next thing I'm gonna do. Yeah, I can't wait for it to be complete. So I've done the bodice. So there's two sides to it. There's the lining side, and then there's the, like, I've got another fabric that's a bit more sturdy, so like cotton. So this is it. Definitely, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And then I'm gonna put channeling inside. So this is where the spiral rods at some point will go in here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna join the bodice and the lining together like this, like this, like this, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Hi, so I've attached the bodice and the lining together. I just love this. And I've actually put in the channeling, which was quite simple actually. I'll put up a picture of like a picture from the pattern that shows you where to place the channeling. Very, very straightforward, really good instructions by Charm Patterns. And she has a sew along, which just makes things a lot easier. So what I need to do now is the exciting part, is to put the steel rods inside the bodice. So I've got everything ready to go. So I've put in the metal rods, and I've closed the end so the rods can't just fall out. So that's as far as I can go with the bodice now. So now I'm going to move on to the skirt. Hi, so I've had a bit of a long day sewing the rest of my dress. So it was quite difficult cutting the skirt because with the skirt, because of the scalloped lace edge, I really wanted to make sure that, you know, that's in the dress. So it was just a bit awkward to cut it out. And then when it came to sewing, I realised I had two of the same piece. So I then had to go away and like cut an extra piece. And then I had to cut an extra go day because I sewed something wrong, and because it's lace as well, it's French seamed, and I've only ever done French seams once before, so it's been quite difficult, a lot of unpicking, and yeah, a bit tiring really today. I'll put up a picture of what I've done so far. Another thing as well, so in the charmed pattern for the more bodice, they wanted us to put in like a normal zip, but I'm quite familiar with invisible zip, so I'm going to use an invisible zip, which I've had to change the back a little bit. It's nothing major. Instead of folding over like the edges of the bodice at the back, the two back panels, I've just unpicked them and just kept it like free. Yeah, so tomorrow I will start on the lining. Hi, so I washed my hair this morning, so that's why I've got like this hat on. But anyway, so I cut my lining out. I sewed it all together with French seams, Bodice, but the Bodice are really scruffy. I'm still classed as a beginner sewer, so yeah, it's really scruffy. I would love yeah, I'd love to get some lessons in how to perfect them. But anyway, so as I was either cutting it, I noticed like there were marks on the fabric, so I think maybe the floor was probably a bit dirty. So what I've done is I've overlocked, so with the skirt together, I've just overlocked the edges, and then with my overlocker, and I've put it in the washing machine, so it's just washing at the minute. And then when I've taken it out and ironed it, I'll put a picture up here of what the lining of what the skirt lining looks like. And then what I plan to do is I'm then gonna put the lining and the skirt together, and then I'm going to attach it to the bodice. So yeah, I'm on my way.
So I attach the bodice and the skirt together, and here's me modelling it. I then attach the invisible zipper. I always base my invisible zippers before actually going to the sewing machine. It makes it a lot easier. I then enclose the bodice. I hand stitched it. So because the underlining was quite long, I put it on the table like this, and then I just cut it. Like I did it quite just by sight. I then used I've not used this foot before. It's a new foot. It's the free foot. I think you use it for quilting, but I just used it for applique because it was the best thing to use to get my applique on my dress.